Without a picture in your inner man, your faith has no direction. It's like aiming an arrow into fall. Let me put it like this. Hope is the dream. Faith is the building material. Imagination is the blueprint. Hello and welcome once again. This is Nelson Karanja for God and I, the Creative Locus. This is the third episode of a 12-part series called The Inner Life, Unlocking the God-Given Power of Imagination. And this is the question, what are you seeing? Let's talk faith, not theory. If I were to ask you to define faith, most of us would go straight to Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. And that's a good place to start. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." But here's the question I want to pose to you today. What are you really seeing? Because even though faith deals with what's unseen, it's never blind. Faith sees something, not with the eyes in your head, but with the eyes of your spirit. So today I want to talk about what that something is. Because until you start seeing differently, you will keep living the same. Faith needs a picture. I have come to realize that faith isn't just belief, it's vision. It gives shape to your hope. It puts form to your future. Without a picture in your inner man, your faith has no direction. It's like aiming an arrow into fog. Let me put it like this. Hope is the dream. Faith is the building material. Imagination is the blueprint. If faith is the substance, then imagination is the space where that substance is assembled. Abraham saw what was promised, not with his physical eyes, but with the inner eyes. Let's go to Romans chapter 4, verse 17 to 21. And I love this portion. It says, God told Abraham he had made him the father of many nations. Not will make, but has made. And Abraham didn't have even one child yet. What did he do? He believed God. But more than that, he saw himself as a father. That shift happened internally before Isaac was ever born. Verse 19 says, he did not consider his own body already dead or the deadness of Sarah's womb. He didn't fixate on what his physical eyes could see. He let faith give him another image. You can't walk in what you can't see. Let me ask you something personal. What has God said about you that you still struggle to see? Because until you see it, you can't fully receive it. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18 tells us, we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Let's be honest, that sounds poetic until life hits. Bills, sickness, delays, doors slammed shut. But here's the truth I've had to work out in my own life. You can either focus on what your natural eyes show you or fix your gaze on what God has already said. You can't do both. Faith is not denial. It's deeper sight. Let me be clear. Faith doesn't ignore reality. It overrides it. Caleb and Joshua, it's not that they didn't see the physical reality that the other 10 spies saw, but their faith chose to override it. Faith doesn't deny what's in front of you. It declares a higher truth that comes from God. And it does this not through fantasy, but through conviction. And conviction needs a clear picture. Think about the woman with the issue of blood. She didn't just hope Jesus could heal her. She pictured it. She imagined that if only she could touch the hem of his garment. And that's what the Bible says. She said to herself, if I can just touch the hem of his garment. Now that is faith. That is imagination. That is vision. Faith moved her, but vision directed her. Seeing with the eyes of faith Let me give you something practical. Ask yourself daily, what has God said about my life? What do I believe about it? And what do I see when I close my eyes and imagine it? If those answers don't line up, that's your spiritual work right there. That's where you begin to feed your faith and clean up your inner vision, because what you feed in the dark will eventually show in the light. It is my closing charge. You've got to start seeing what God sees. You've got to start imagining what He's promised. That's not self-delusion. That's faith. Faith gives substance to hope, but imagination gives it structure. So don't just confess the word. Begin to see the word. So here is perhaps what we should be praying. Lord, open the eyes of my heart. Let me see what you see. Let my imagination no longer be filled with fear, failure, or doubt. Let it be filled with your promises. Help me see by faith, to walk by faith, and to hold on to the vision until it becomes reality. And until next time, this is Nelson Karanja for God and I, the Creative Locus.